If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Zak Cummings joining us. He gets ready to return to action next weekend in Abu Dhabi, taking on Omari Akhmedov at UFC 242. How are you, Zak?
I'm good. Just got back done training and trying to relax a little bit until I go to the gym and do some coaching and do a little grappling and start packing up, get ready to go.
There you go. And you have been one of those guys in the UFC and in MMA who decided, you know what? I don't want to cut that much weight anymore. I'm going up to more my natural weight. I'm heading up to 185, and it's been paying off. Back-to-back wins. You handed Trevin Giles his first career loss a few months ago. How enjoyable has this been for you jumping up to middleweight?
It's been good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still cut a good amount of weight. I was just being absolutely ridiculously cut down to welterweight. I mean, it was one of those where like I was truly worrying about my life. You know, I was every single time I cut, I was like, man, is this gonna be it? I'm not gonna be the headline of the guy dying cutting weight and everything. I'm a thick kid. You know, it's just one of those where even if I try to walk lighter, I mean, it's still a big cut. So middleweight is so much easier. I mean, I still have to be smart with my diet and everything, but I can definitely enjoy things a little bit more. And then, it's a normal cut to middleweight instead of some stupid extreme cut. So I feel good. It's been, I think, a really good decision. I'm kind of mad at myself I didn't do it sooner, but whatever. I live and we learn, right?
What was the most amount of weight you cut to get to 170 for a particular fight?
So I had an injury, right? I think it was a long time ago. I shattered my orbital and couldn't. So when that happens, you have like a 10-day window, right? Well, I did it at the Gunnar Nelson fight, and I already had like a week or week plus trip plan. So I didn't get back to the States until, I don't know, too much. It was too late. So basically we had to wait, let it heal, re-break it, fix it, let it heal again. And like with the eye, you can't build up head pressure at all. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't swim, like you can't do anything athletic or active at all, pretty much. And me being me, I didn't really do a very good job of keeping my diet down, even though I couldn't work. So I hit 242, biggest I had been in my life. So I went 242 all the way down to 170 for the next fight. That was a rough one.
Jeez.
But we made it. I feel like dying, but yeah, we made it. Barely. Like last seconds, I finally hit 171, so we were good.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And it's kind of crazy to think about, but this is the first time we've actually spoken, and I've been talking to a lot of your teammates over the years, and I've been saying this myself for a while. You're one of the most under the radar fighters in the UFC. Like, you're not a huge trash talker. You're just you, and you continue to win fights. Like, it's not like you lost 4 in a row at welterweight and moved up. Like, you've won a pair, then you'd lose a fight, you'd win a pair, you'd lose a fight. That's what your welterweight run was like. Like, do you feel like you're one of the more under the radar guys on the roster right now? And if so, do you prefer it that way?
I mean, I definitely think I am. I think the hardcore fans know who I am. I think they respect what I do. The fighters, I'm a fighter's fighter. I'm one of those guys that the fighters know who I am. They know I'm dangerous, and I'm a very game opponent. The ones that are fighting me or whatever. But I mean, for some reason, maybe I don't talk a ton. I don't have the model girlish figure or whatever, the 8-pack abs and stuff. So I mean, maybe the company's not all the way behind, hyping me up and stuff for promo videos. But I don't know what it is. I mean, but the one thing I know I can do in the fighting game is I can fight. I can win fights. I can finish fights, and I can fight my ass off. So. I mean, there's a lot. It's an entertainment sport. I get that. I feel like my finishes are entertaining, but the rest of everything. I mean, I live my regular life. I spend time with my family, and I help coach and do all kinds of stuff and run businesses back home. But I don't travel around, go to every UFC event, do all this stuff. So it's some of it's probably my decision, and kind of the way I do things. But it's whatever. But the one thing that you can't take away from me is I can definitely fight, and I can go out there and put on performance. And even in my losses, they're either extremely close or stuff happens. So I don't know. It's one of those where I don't mind being under the radar, but today's my 6-year anniversary being in the UFC. Like 8-3 record. I'd say I've kind of earned. I don't want to say deserve. I mean, I've worked and earned a little more respect probably for my name. But I mean, at this point, I'm enjoying what I do. I get to do something I love every single day. I get to train all the time, live in a gym. I don't have to work a regular job. I get to travel to see all kinds of different cool places in the world, different cultures, meet new people. So I mean, I'm so happy with everything. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes, and maybe I go out there and get a nice nasty finish in this fight. Who knows? Maybe it might skyrocket me a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
You speak of the travel, and you'll be traveling a little bit of a ways for this next fight to Abu Dhabi. Have you been to Abu Dhabi before? Have you been to the Middle East before?
I haven't been to Abu Dhabi. I've been to Bahrain, which is a few hours west. I've been to Chechnya, a little north of there. So I've been around. I've been in the area, but I'm really excited to kind of see the Abu Dhabi. I might run up to Dubai and stuff for a day, and I'm really excited to kind of see this money pit of an environment and stuff. It's just crazy hearing all the stories and stuff out there, but I love traveling and stuff, so I'm excited for it.
You get Omari Akhmedov next weekend, and you'll be heading to some enemy territory like we discussed, but it comes with fighting and competing on this card, right? Like, Omari's been in the UFC for a bit, like yourself, a former welterweight moving up to 185. How do you like this matchup from a stylistic perspective?
It's a dangerous matchup to where, man, he's tough. He's a game opponent. He's good. And a lot of people don't know who he is. He's one of those names. I think he's similar to me where you hear his name, you're like, maybe, and then you see him like, oh, that guy, okay. And unfortunately, it was the same thing. I got the fight offer, which, in my defense, the name was spelled a little off whenever I got it. But I was like, who's that guy? Like whatever. I looked him up, like, oh, okay, yeah, I know exactly who that is. So. I mean, I respect him. I respect his skills, his ability. Very tough guy. I mean, he's gonna come push the pace. Throws a lot of power. I feel like he's similar to me in some of our styles, but I think I have a little bit more. I have a little more finishing power, skills, whatever. I've got power in my hands. I've got a good chin to take a punch. If it goes to the ground, obviously I finish fights like crazy there. So. I'm excited for the fight. Someone who doesn't have a number next to the name, he's definitely one of the most dangerous opponents out there. But, man, I'm not in this for just to say I can fight in the UFC and, try to take the easiest fights possible. I want to get up there, especially moving to middleweight. It's kind of a new beginning for me. So I want the tough fights. I wanted a ranked guy. I didn't get it. I think Omari's right outside there. So a win over him definitely, I think, raises my stock and probably puts me in a ranked opponent next. So I'm on board, man. I like the fight. It should be entertaining. He's fun. He's fast-paced, pressure, action-packed guy. So I'm excited for it.
Working over at Factory X with Mark Montoya and the squad over there, what has that been like for you? Like, we discussed the bump up in weight class. How much have you been able to grow since getting on and working with Mark and everyone in Colorado?
My movement, my striking's definitely crisp. Been a little more crisp and stuff. I feel like more than anything, going out there is like going up there to elevation really helps. It just helps me clear my head. I mean, like, Mark's a phenomenal leader. He's a great coach. I like his game planning. The team out there is solid. I get some good looks. I have a great team and a great atmosphere here in Kansas City with me. But I run a gym, I coach a lot of guys and stuff. I've got my family here. So more than anything, it's nice for me to just get away, be an athlete, and just kind of, give Mark the reins and just go, So it's more, that's helped me just kind of clear myself and just simplify everything, But his striking style has definitely played into my skill set, and I think I've gotten a lot sharper there as well. But for the most part, it's just nice to get away, clear, and and when I go, I mean, I teach some stuff. I show a lot of stuff on the ground out there and kind of help share knowledge. But yeah, I think it's been a great partnership. Kind of join the Factory X guys and being under Mark.
There's surely no shortage of training partners, whether you're in Colorado or in Kansas City. So that being said, who are some of the folks you've been working with specifically to get you ready for this fight?
For this, I mean, Ian Heinisch has been one of my main training partners the last couple camps. We fought on the same night in Rochester, and then he just fought Brunson, and now I've got this one. So he's probably been my number one training partner. Both Camozzi brothers are out there that I've been training a lot with. Austin Jones is another guy out in Denver that's just phenomenal athlete. Great fighter. He's main event a more local card out there and stuff, but he's got a bright future ahead of him and stuff. And then, obviously back home I've got Jason Witt, James Krause, a lot of those guys and stuff that are here to help out. I have a phenomenal wrestler, Mikey England, that is a name to look out for. Give this kid a couple of years and he's going to be a beast. So, we have our squad out here that's always going to help too.
I know you recently celebrated a birthday a few days before Ian's birthday. Were you in Colorado when you celebrated your birthday, or were you in Kansas City?
I don't remember. I think I was in Kansas City, and I think I went out there like literally right afterwards, or I was traveling on my birthday. I don't remember, honestly. Maybe I was out there. I think I just got out there, actually. And I think I went and saw a movie by myself. I didn't really do anything. But yeah,
I was gonna say because
I've been traveling back and forth so much. I don't even know what day is what and where I'm at.
I was gonna say because I talked to Devontae Smith a few weeks back, and he filled me in on the Factory X birthday belly slap tradition. And he made a video showcasing his revenge on Ian Heinisch for absolutely blasting him on his birthday. And I know yours was a few days before Ian's. I didn't know if you got treated to a pink and red belly for your birthday.
I don't think we had practice that day, and then no one tried to get me after the fact. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I somehow survived it. So let's just keep that a little secret, and we'll be good. Don't have to worry about it.
We will not tell Devontae about this conversation because we know he's going to. I'll
just threaten his life. He ain't gonna worry about it.
Do you think about the trajectory at all, like the win 2, lose 1 path you've been on? Like, this could be your first 3-fight win streak in your UFC career. I mean, this could set you up not only with the opponent, but being on a 3-fight winning streak in the UFC kind of gets you up to that next level. More people will open their eyes a little bit more. Is that a goal you set for yourself to get that 3rd win in a row? Or do you not even think about that kind of stuff?
I don't. I mean, I think about winning every fight. So it's one of those where, I've won 10 in a row. Technically with amateur, I've won like 16 in a row. I've had some big win streaks. I've won 2. I've lost 2 back to back, before I got in the UFC. So it's, it's different just because I'm in the UFC and, like, for some reason that pattern's happened. Like, I really don't think about it. I look at every fight to win and, just kind of deal with the task at hand. I thought I had a couple of the wins before. I thought the Ponzinibbio fight could have went either way. It was insanely close. I think I just showed a little more damage that may sway the judges. The fight in Chile, I thought I had. I probably should have pushed the pace a little faster and stuff. I think I don't know if the takedowns were at the very end that I immediately attacked the submission, like lost it. I don't know, but yeah, I don't really think about it. I go in trying to not just win but finish every fight and stuff. So we'll that doesn't change it. I don't think about it more just because I've won 2 and we're like, we gotta get to the 3rd one. Every time I'm a competitive person. That's just why I do this. I love to compete. I love competition. So anytime I step in there, I'm looking to win. I'm looking to finish, and I'm looking to finish in devastating fashion. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about it. It means nothing to me. I'm just going in there and do what I do and try to walk away with victory.
You mentioned how this is your 6-year anniversary of being in the UFC. This is also your 30th professional fight coming up next weekend. 30 fights. You've been with the UFC for a while. Has it been just sort of a blur for you thinking about your career? Do you feel like a guy who's about to have his 30th professional fight?
Man, I don't know. It's weird. It's like you think about it, you're like, oh man, I can't believe we're getting there already. And there's times I'm like, man, I feel like it's like my 600. Like I've been in contact sports for 30 years. I started playing contact football at 5, and had that, started wrestling, and I mean, all the way through some college, and then immediately started fighting. I just, man, I put my body through the ringer, and I could definitely feel it, if I put the miles on. But so yeah, when the grand scheme of things, man, I feel like I've just kind of been at it for forever, But it's kind of, it's a big number to hit. And then I got into this thinking like, cool, it'd be nice to like get in the UFC and win one fight. That was kind of the overall goal, And I happened 6 years ago that happened. All this has just been a bonus, So I definitely know I can compete and beat the best guys in the world. Now it's just time to prove it, Just kind of I'm having fun with it, and I think I've taken a lot of pressure off myself, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying every fight I have left, and all the time being in the gym training, not murdering myself, cutting weight, and just having so much more fun with things now. And I think I really look forward to the fight, and yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for it. I really am.
When you think about it, when you visualize how this fight all goes down at UFC 242 in Abu Dhabi, under that new stadium that they're going to build for this card, how do you see it all playing out? How do you see yourself getting your hand raised?
I'm same way as pretty much every one of my wins, man. I've got a lot of power in my hands. I start hitting people, and they start guessing things, and they want to start shooting takedowns, and starting to grab my legs. And as soon as that happens, man, I have a nasty submission game. So I catch submissions and scrambles really quick in transition. So I see Omari coming out, pushing the pace, trying to land those power shots on me. I've got a solid chin. I'm not worried about getting hit. If I could put my hands on him and force him to wrestle, I think that's when I might start giving him problems. So I see a submission victory, but I wouldn't be surprised if I catch a knockout either.
Before we let you go, let's put the analyst hat on, because you're not only a fighter, you're a coach as well. So you study fights and you study the game more so than a lot of other people do. Main event, UFC 242, Khabib versus Dustin Poirier. Very fascinating fight, in my opinion. I think Poirier is being undervalued a little bit in this fight as well. How do you see that all going down?
Man, this one's really hard for me. Like, I'm so emotionally drawn to Poirier. I just feel like we're similar, just kind of like coming up from very little, and just working your ass off to kind of get up to where you're going. I mean, he's had a big name, but finally got that interim title and getting his shot. So I would love to see him use his boxing to kind of like keep Khabib at bay, and be able to kind of control the range and stop a couple of takedowns, wear him down, and and start hurting him on his feet. But the intelligent fighter out of me, it can be so hard to stop, man. He gets his hands on you and he just mauls you. He gets on top. He's so heavy. He's got amazing pressure. And I really don't see it changing. I see him continue to get the takedown. I see him finally just keep wearing Dustin down and just kind of slowly breaking him down over time. And I don't know if he's going to finish him, but I just see him continue to control him and just riding him, breaking him down, wearing on him, beating on him, and probably pulling out of a decision victory.
It's going to be a great card. When do you head out to Abu Dhabi?
I'm leaving Friday. I'm going to try to get out there a few days early and get a little adjusted to the time difference and everything. So.
Zak Cummings, the world traveler, getting ready to face Omari Akhmedov next weekend, UFC 242 in Abu Dhabi. Big card for sure, and a good one at 185 pounds. Zak, thanks for the time before you head out to Abu Dhabi. I really appreciate it. Before we let you go, let everyone know where they can follow along on this journey with you via social media, any shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest. The floor is yours, man.
Check me out at Zak Cummings on Instagram. That's probably like the number one thing that I post on, and then I share it to everything else. Hit me up, shoot me a message. I do my best to try to answer everybody. I'm definitely not too good to talk to fans and stuff. So if you guys take the time out of your day to reach out to support me, I'm gonna do the same thing and try to get back to you guys. So ZAK at Zak Cummings, hit me up there. And then I just gotta thank my teams at Glory MMA and Factory X out in Denver. My manager Joe Wooster and also the guys Jason House at Iridium. Management stuff. It's I have an amazing support group, my family, everybody there. So I'm so thankful for everybody, and just all the support I get. So appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. All the best to you next weekend. Safe travels to Abu Dhabi.
Absolutely. Thank you.